Tuesday night, work is done, can't go out, loo roll's gone, kettle's on, put your kettle on, pencils out, news is off, got take out, spend all night with good friends, best friends, life drawing till the end. Get your sketchbooks out, everybody's drawing, that's what it's about. Quarantine is boring, get your sketchbooks out, lock down life drawing. Ooh! Ow. Get your sketchbooks out, everybody's drawing, that's what it's about. It's what it's about. Quarantine is boring.
Quite boring.
Get your sketchbooks out.
I got my sketchbook out.
Lock down life drawing. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Lovely artwork from last week. Thank you for choosing to draw with me this evening, and I hope you're well and you're ready to sketch. So first thing I want to say is if you could introduce yourself in the YouTube chat or in the comments, let me know where you're drawing from and who you are. That'd be brilliant. I'd love to know where everyone's from. Today we're going to be drawing gesture and rhythm, so lots of fun. We're going to loosen up and you know, hopefully answer some questions and really just have some fun with the sketchbook. Yeah, we're even going to have a go at drawing a moving figure and how to tackle that. So definitely stay tuned. Let's look at the schedule and see what we've got in store for you. So line, we're going to basics of line, rhythm and gesture. Going to run through them quickly at the start. Then finding curves on the body. And when we talk about gesture, it's all about finding curves. Okay, and we've got a few master artworks that we're going to look at because, you know, learn from the best. Then we're going to put that into practice. We're going to do some quick gesture poses. We've got about 5 of them, 1-2 minutes. Then my brother's coming on the stream, making a guest appearance, and he's going to help us. He's going to help demonstrate line of action. Okay, really important for gesture. Then the all-important tea break. We've even got a little emoji this week. Then when we come back, we've got a brilliant gesture artist. I'll put him up on the screen. Flavio Becerra, I think that's correct. Amazing artist from Mexico. I'm really looking forward to kind of picking apart his drawings and really kind of really taking a nice look at them. We haven't got an interview today, but we're going to spend some good time really looking at the drawings, which is all good. Then when we come back from that, we're looking at a tonal mass approach, which is going to help us draw the dancer in movement. So I've got that dance challenge for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you stick around to the end for that. And then we'll finish with some longer poses. So hopefully putting everything we've learned into some drawings and spending a bit more time on them. And then seeing your lovely work. So make sure you send it in. It's jakebussell.art@gmail.com, and you can share and tell everyone about the class on Instagram, jakebussell.art. So yeah, thank you so much. Before we start, if you enjoy the stream, please think about subscribing and hitting like. That really helps us out. And yeah, we're aiming to get 300 subscribers this week. So come on, we can do it. Right, let's get started. Okay, so there we go. Quality of line. That's what we're going to start with. Let's get it up. Hello. get your sketchbooks out, get your pencils out. We're jumping straight in. And so I want you to spend some time making some forceful lines with me. Just do some 20 seconds or so of line practice. So what do I mean by quality of line? Well, some people, when we're drawing, you know, we can do something like this, which is, you know, we're not quite sure about the line, where it's going, and we call this a hairy line. And then we have this kind of person as well, where it's really we're unsure. And when we're talking about quality of line, we want really forceful, nice, curved, you know, kind of important lines on the paper. So spend 20 seconds with me making some nice quality lines. Okay, so we're going from A to B, and we're getting a little bit of an apex, a little bit of a curve in the line. Okay, so let's just make some lines like you mean it, really putting them lines on the paper. And let's try as well some C curves, really important with gesture, and some S curves as well. Do some on the screen. Okay, so hopefully you've got a page full of lines and your arm feels warmed up. Remember, we're using our whole arm. Okay, try not to draw like this, but using your whole arm and moving your shoulder. Okay, so just fill that page with lines. I've got some room down here, don't want it to go to waste. There we go. Okay, so we've got some nice quality lines. That's number one. Well done, everyone. Next, rhythm. A rhythm, kind of a funny word, bit of an abstract word for drawing. What is rhythm? Let's have a look. I've got a few little pop-ups. So, similar to rhythm in music, where different notes and combinations of sound affect us, like sort of, you know, emotionally and in all sorts of different ways. Rhythm in drawing is the power possessed by lines, tones, colours, everything. You know, we could talk about painting, sculpture. It's their order and their arrangement as well, and that abstract musical quality that affects us. Okay, so that kind of emotional response and everything. Now, one second. So, with rhythm, we've got unity and variety. Okay, and I've got some examples here. So, a line with the most unity would be, you know, a ruled line, a straight line, and a circle with the most unity would be a protracted circle. You know, really hard, crisp lines. Now, I'm going to go from one side to the other, and go complete this whole range. So with the lines, I'm starting off fairly straight. Then they're getting a bit curved. Then perhaps, you know, over in variety, there's so much variety that it doesn't look like a line anymore, you see? So it's really going beyond what we need. Now with circles, I've got that pristine circle at the beginning, and then becoming sort of egg-shaped, and then perhaps blobs. You know, they're no longer looking like circles. Okay? And really, when we're talking about rhythm, the goal is to find a balance between these two, okay? Because this unity, if our drawings were all mathematical and with rulers, they'd be dead, right? And if they had too much variety, we wouldn't know what was going on. So really, it's this area here that we're looking for. This nice balance. These lines have got some energy to them. These circles have got energy, and this is going to really help us with gesture. So variety can be found anywhere, and I've got an example of that actually. This guy we drew last week, this arm. Okay, you might think, okay, it's an arm. You could draw it as cylinders, but actually, it's got a lot of concave and then convex on the other side. Okay, so if you look up here at the top, the yellow lines are the concave. You're caved. Sorry. By concave, I mean, you know, a curved line. That's what it's called, concave, because it's like a cave. You see, little people inside. And so concave, and then convex would be the opposite to that. So here on the arm, you can see we've got concave, and the opposite side of the arm, convex, that I've notified with the crosses. And that's showing like natural variety on the human form. And this, you know, we can find it anywhere. We can find it in plants, absolutely everything, in clouds, you know, all natural things. So really look for it in your in the poses and in your drawings. And then also another bit of advice is look for unity between parts. Okay, so really quickly what I mean by that, we've got the full pose here, and I want you to think of the different body parts, you know, as the different parts. And then I like to call it sort of licorice what they call bootlaces over the figure. Okay, and look how I've tried to connect and make things relate to each other. Okay, so if we follow the leg down, the curve of the leg might meet up with the hand there, or further down the leg, you know, we're going to cross across the form, down around the ankle, back up, you know, and that line doesn't actually necessarily exist, but we're going to try and look for that, and what that does, that brings sort of our drawings together in like a wholesome, in a nice way. So a little bit on rhythm, and just to put this in context again, I know it can be a lot to sort of take in. It's quite an abstract concept, but really just thinking about unity and variety. I've got a good example. So Greek sculpture has the right amount of unity and variety. Okay, it's full of life. If you look at Greek sculpture in the museums, it's got subtle variations in modeling the skin, and the figures really, they come alive. And then if you look at Roman sculpture, they made their sculptures with kind of mechanical accuracy, so more onto the unity side of things. And they thought the human form was this idealistic, measured proportions. And unfortunately, them sculptures are void of life. They've got so much symmetry that they're about here, and so the Greek sculpture really hit it in the middle. It got that perfect balance between unity and variety. So maybe you could notice that next time you're in a museum. And finally, the Egyptians, the poor Egyptians, they were fully on this side of the scale. They were all about symmetry and getting things kind of perfect, and there was no variety. So how could we improve a Greek sculpture? Perhaps we could, you know, overlap the arms, have a little bit of a movement in there, and then really bring them forms to life. It's all just different art forms, though. It's not good or bad, but thinking of rhythm, it's kind of a good example. Okay, so gesture, moving on. Gesture, that's kind of what we're here for. Let's get rid of that. I'm not sure what I drew there, to be honest. Okay, gesture. So I took these quotes from Steve Houston. Got a great book, Figure Drawing for Artists. Okay, really good book. And the previous quotes were actually some of it was from Practice and Science of Drawing. Now this is a really heavy book and quite hard to get through. So I don't recommend this one to everyone, but if you're really into the science of it, then it's good. It's a good one. So gesture. Gesture is the connection and relationship between shapes. All right. So in a simple way, that line there, the relationship of these three balls, that's the gesture. Okay. Gesture is life. It keeps our drawings from looking stiff, mechanical, and pieces it together. It is what gives subject a light. Oh, I missed the Y there. What gives our subject a lively and organic quality. Gesture must be curved. Okay, so when we're thinking about gesture, it kind of makes sense. We must have these C's, these S's, these curved forms, and it must capture the essence of the figure, right? And gesture, he goes on to say, gesture must be useful and act as a design line. And put simply, gesture is a long axis curve of any structure. So for example, if I was to have a cylinder, the long axis curve would be this. Okay, here's the axis of that curve. Okay, and this is the concave here. But what he means is that outside curve of the form. All right, so let's try and put that into practice. Cool. Hi everyone. I'm going to catch up on your locations in a sec. Brilliant. Oh, I just want to say a shout out to Jerry. She's broken her arm, but she's still watching from home. That's dedication. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, this is we're doing a master study. We've got Michelangelo here, and I'm going to show you how we can use that axis curve of the on the form. So here's a little overlay. So I've got some, as you can see, I've simplified some of these curves, and it's most of the curves are on that outside edge, okay, and really simplifying the forms into just a curve. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to have a go at putting on some of these simple curves, okay. So don't worry too much about proportion, don't worry about the figure, but let's just try and put some curves down, all right? So 30 seconds, you can draw along with me. Let me restart the timer. Oh, that one doesn't want to work. Hold on. There you go. Okay, 30 seconds, and away we go. So, trying to simplify these forms into curves. So the chest, there, the arm, and don't worry too much. Just remember that quality of line. Okay. And we've not got much more time. Okay, so we put on some gesture lines, and that's what we set out to do. So well done. Let's look at another master, Carucci. Okay, and again, clothes can really help us. Well, clothes in this example can really help us see the gesture lines. So here's an example of what we might go for in some gesture lines. Let's give you another 30 seconds and try and put on some gesture. Here we go. Here we go. So that outside edge, looking for them curves. Maybe that belt line there could be quite useful in showing the form. Okay, so a nice little 30-second, really quick gesture study. Well done, everyone. All right, moving on now. We are going to put these curves into some real poses. So nice quick studies. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute, and I want you to try and find some of these curves. Off you go. So And remember, don't worry too much, we're just getting some of that energy down on the page. Doesn't have to be accurate. Okay, another 20 seconds. There we go. Okay, another quick gesture study. Ninja Turtles. Strawberry laces. Right. Next one. We've got 5 of these to get us loosened up. Okay, you ready? Got your paper changed. Another minute. Okay, so I can see kind of a curve there. Big curve on the body. Its leg, maybe underneath its leg. Bit of an S curve on the leg, maybe there. So can you see how this is going to really tie our drawings together? If we've got that life, that pulling together on the page straight away, then when we come to do details and things, hopefully we're going to retain that. Okay, that's it. That's 1 minute. Well done, everyone. Sorry to hear it's timing out a little bit. Okay, let's move on to the next pose. Yeah, if anyone's having trouble, you know, you can always get the video later on. Let me know, is it working? Is the stream running? I think we've gone behind a little bit. Just give me 1 second and I'll be back trying to sort out that stream. Okay, hopefully we're going to have a little bit better bandwidth and there's going to be not so much lag on the stream. Seem to be losing quite a few people. Stream not working. Seems to be back for me. Is it back? Let me know in the comments if you can see my hand and hear me talking. Is it back? Yeah, it's back. I think it's back. All right, we'll carry on. Seems to be back. It looks better. Yeah? Okay, brilliant. Sorry we lost you a little bit there. Seem to have people back up now. Okay, let's carry on. So this pose, hopefully you can see the stream now. This pose, another 1 minute, and we're looking for them gesture lines again. So here we go. Yeah, thanks Lucy. So Lucy refreshed and the stream came back. That's a really good idea. Okay, so where's that? Where them concave curves. We will have some longer poses later on if you're worried about all the quick ones, but it's good practice. Really good to just be able to kind of feel the pose in under a minute. Get the main shapes and the gesture on the page. Yeah, it's back. Brilliant. Hi Linda, hi Becky, hi Laura. Brilliant, it's back. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit more time on this pose and then we'll move on to the next one. And while I wait, I'm just gonna have a look at the chat. We've got people from Hertfordshire, Billericay, Norwich, Massachusetts, Southend, Milton Keynes, Doncaster, Southampton, Melvin. Oh, I think that's a name. Maybe it's a place. Boston. Brilliant. Chelmsford. Brilliant. So glad to have so many of you with us. And hopefully the stream is working now. Right, we're gonna move on to another one. I'm giving you 2 minutes for this. So maybe, start off with that really quick gesture, but perhaps just slowing down. I know I'm contradicting myself, but slowing down and trying to get the curves just a little bit more accurate. Let's have a go. You can spend a little bit more time and really make sure, okay, that's the right curve for the right place. So good. Stream seems to be working. Good to have you back. So 2 minutes, a little bit more time to think. So on any form, you've got to think, what's the curviest part of that? What's the most descriptive of that form? Because on any shape, you'll have a curved side and a concave, so like that, or that flat side. So you've got to choose with this gesture line which one you're going to go with. So maybe here, I'm using the line, and then on the other side for the rest of the arm. Another 30 seconds. Cheating a little bit, putting in some details. I want to make sense of that cloth there. Okay, last few seconds. We've got people from Milwaukee, Wolverhampton, Los Angeles. Brilliant. So glad to have you with me. Fantastic. Okay, well done on that pose. I've drawn really big, so I've hardly got it in, but there we go. Big is good. I think big is definitely good. Okay, last one of these. Nice, strong gesture on this one. Okay, I'm going to give you another 2 minutes. Good luck. Have fun. So, maybe a stomach to start us off. Going right through to the pelvis. And Always going for that curved, descriptive line. And looking for variation. Remember, we really don't want we don't want forms that are like this. Remember the diagram, or the arm, it was varied, and we often had concave and convex kind of opposite each other. So if you can just kind of keep that in mind, keep that variety in mind. Hopefully our figures are going to be bursting with life, and they're quite fun to draw like this. I think you can definitely see the fun on the page. You know, if you spent a lot of time and you're stressing about a drawing, I think viewers can notice that. You know, I think it's definitely better to have a piece of art that you've enjoyed. Okay, last few seconds on that. I'm going to get some more paper. Well done, everyone. Oh, we got someone from Egypt. Fantastic. Sorry, I was dissing the ancient Egypt artwork. Didn't mean it. Okay. We are going to, well done everyone. We've done the quick fire, the gesture poses. Really good fun. Hope you enjoyed. We've got a guest, special guest, my brother Max, is going to join the stream and help us describe what line of action is and how we can use that. Okay, so here we go. Right, I'm going to get Max to do a nice tennis serve for us. So just while he's warming up, we'll just wait for him to warm up, finish stretching. Yeah, whenever you're ready, Max. Yeah, ready to demo for us? Yeah? I don't know what he's doing now. Yeah, okay, ready. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Max. So this is the serve, and we're talking about line of action now, and it's going to freeze on the beginning of the pose. There you go. We've got that, and we've got a strong line of action there. That's the line of action going through the body. And now halfway through the pose, halfway through that action, the line of action is quite straight and it's not really very forceful. And then at the end of the pose, again, we've got that curve. And thank you so much, Max. And really that's what we're looking for, okay? When you're drawing movement, you need to either draw the beginning of a pose or the end, okay? Because that in between line of action, I'll show you the poses. Yeah, you should be happy with yourself. Put a hole through the fence. Okay, here we go. So on the left, that beginning, and then that straight line in the middle, and the curve on the right. So thanks so much for demonstrating that for us, Max. And if you look at, you can find this a lot in cartoons. Okay, if you look at sort of Tom and Jerry or any cartoons really, they'll always be putting the character in that extreme position, and even more extreme than is possible in reality. You know, so never be afraid to exaggerate that line of action and that extreme kind of pose. Okay, if you're going for movement and energy. Now, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't draw Max, because he kindly demoed for us. So I think let's do a 3-minute line of action study and drawing of Max to say thanks. Right, 3 minutes, here we go. So, strong line of action going through the figure. We've got that line of action down, and now we can start to place some more of them gestural curves. And I think line of action, generally, it's not something that you always have to put down, but it's really useful to just be thinking of, you know, that the power and the movement of the pose. Max does a lot of help behind the scenes on the channel, so I just want to say thanks so much, Max, for all the support and all the help. We're like a band, couldn't do it without him. Oh, so I feel like this curve here is a little bit weak. I've lost that gestural mark, so I'm going to try and bring it back in. Yeah, it's a bit stronger. I'm glad you like that segment. Andy Murray, eat your heart out. Yeah. Right, I better try and make something of this. Could have pulled your shorts up, Max. Where's that gesture? There you go, I was losing it. "40 seconds left. I've gone too big again, I've gone too large. I'm sort of trigger happy today. Normally drawing way too small, so I guess that's a good thing. Cool, I'm glad you're enjoying. Oh, I forgot that racket. Let's put the racket on. Time's up. But it wouldn't be right if we didn't have the racket on there as well. Brilliant. Okay, so a gestural drawing of Max. Thank you so much, Max. I think we should have him as a feature every week. Let me know what you think. Okay, so we've got another long pose before the break, and then we're going to take a little tea break. And this is quite an extreme pose with a real extreme line of action. So I think I'm going to give you 10 minutes for this one, and let's focus on getting that line of action and really take the time to get them curves where they need to be. Okay, so on that outside, on them outside edges. Okay, and then once we've got that, we can go in, do a little bit of shading, perhaps add a little bit more detail. Okay, so here we go. 10 minutes, and let's start with that amazing line of action. Something like that. Really cool. And if we're drawing lightly, we can sort of, it's called ghosting. You can sort of ghost anything you like on the paper as a little guide. And then, yeah, start to commit with some of them curves. Nice confident lines. Remember trying to keep rhythm, variation little bit of variety in your lines. Hi Chris. Hi Candy. Hi Rod. Poppy. Hi Ashley. Brilliant. So we're trying to hit 300 subscribers. I don't know how many we were on at the moment. Don't forget to share this video if you're enjoying it, and hit that subscribe. Just want to say hi to everyone at Southend Adult College. Miss you guys there. Miss the class. Everyone at Crate 98. I've been doing some great online resources. Been doing a really good job, but I also really miss the classes there, and of course everyone at Holbridge Life Drawing. We will be back with a vengeance. And shout out to everyone else on the net that has just joined in and found us. Thank you so much. Really hope you enjoy drawing along. Isn't this nice drawing like this? You know, it might not be the most representational, but we're definitely feeling the movement and feeling that kind of dynamic, you know, the connection between parts. Hi Dawn, tuning in from Hockley, just down the road. Hope you're doing well, staying healthy. Hope you're spending lots of time in your studio. Really looking forward to that cup of tea in a second. Right, now I think I'm going to take stock a little bit and add a few sort of bits of detail and take the drawing a little bit further. There you go. But it's good to note, you know, even about that keeping variety and that mixture, even in the details, we want to keep the variety. So even, you know, you might think, oh, well, drawing's done now. I'm sketching, I'm shading. But if every piece of your drawing has a little bit of abstractness, a little bit of sort of aesthetic interest, your drawing's going to be so much more pleasing to the eye and to the viewer. So yeah, kind of mix it up a bit, you know, and and keep that energy there. I call it. I've heard people call it like lazy shading or dead shading, where your brain's just switched off, but you're just shading in. You know, we don't want any of that. We want purposeful, thought about drawing with energy and everything. Everything else good. Did anyone watch Grayson Perry's Art Club? I caught the beginning of it. I'm going to watch all of it. But it looked quite good. Looked like a laugh. I think that was on last night. I'm not sure what channel. Couple of minutes left, and then we'll put the kettle on. Can't wait to see your drawings again this week. Make sure you're sending them in during the break, maybe. My absolute favourite part. Okay, I've gone too big again for the screen. Not too big for the paper, but yeah. Cool. Hi Lydia, glad you could finally join. Hi Jeanette, Julie, Eleanor, welcome to the stream. Debbie, Deborah, it's good to have you here. Hi Jamie, welcome. I think Jamie was here on the first week. I'm sure a lot of you were. Cool. So last little marks on this drawing. Yeah, I wish you could see all of this. Maybe I'll hold it up to the camera in a second. But yeah, I feel like we've captured a bit of that movement, that line of action. So well done, everyone. Well done. Good stuff. Here you are as my gestural pose. That line of action. Okay, we're going to take a little tea break and we'll be back with the artist spotlight, drawing from a dancing video and loads more. See you then. Tuesday night, work is done, can't go out, loo roll's gone, kettle's on, put your kettle on, pencils out, news is off, got take out, spend all night with good friends, best friends, life drawing till the end. Get your sketchbooks out, everybody's drawing, that's what it's about. Quarantine is boring, get your sketchbooks out, lock down life drawing. Ooh! Ow. Get your sketchbooks out, everybody's drawing.
Finish your bourbons.
That's what it's about.
It's what it's about.
Quarantine is boring.
Quite boring.
Get your sketchbooks out.
I got my sketchbook out.
Lock down life drawing. Oh, there we go. Cheers, everyone. Ah, lovely. Right, where were we? We just looked at line of action. Now we're going to take a look at our artist spotlight. Where is he? Here we go. Flavio Becerra. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, sir, but that's what I'm going to go with. Flavio Becerra from Mexico. A fantastic sketch artist. Yeah, I found this guy's work online and I was blown away, and I thought it would be a lovely addition to this week's stream. So let's take a closer look at some of his work. Here we go. So it's very direct, nice fast drawing style, you know, expressive lines, and you see what I mean by the variety there. Them lines, they're wavering a bit, aren't they? They're kind of, that's lovely, and they're very forceful. They're very kind of purposeful. This is a strange pose. I really like it though. That twisting and that lovely use of the side of the charcoal. Really nice, and even like the bun. You know, that scribbly energy in the lines. Here's another good one. So Flavio's work can be delicate where it needs to be, and these lines have energy, and they, you know, that finger there and the hand, it's just so like delicate. It's almost, you can tell it's sort of lightly wrapped around that part of the leg. It's really, you know, lovely to look at. Okay, here's another one. Look at that. Okay, again, that flowing and that rhythm in the hands there at the back of the head. You can tell the hair and the hands are all becoming you know, it's not necessary to see every finger and every strand of hair. We know what's going on. It's fantastic. It's just the right amount of detail. Just the right amount. Yeah, lovely drawing. Here's another good one. I love that. So just again with them gestural and well kind of direct drawing and contour lines. Very descriptive. Again here. Okay, so even going through the form, almost working from within the form outwards. Really nice. Here's a good one. Let's just take that in for a moment. That's so, for me, that's so human, you know, and so alive. You know, you can tell that he's drawing from a live model. There's a diver, there's variation in the lines, and it just really speaks to you, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Quite like this, perhaps the head went off the top of the page, but it had to be captured. So he's put it there on the page, and that's what sketching's all about. Just going with it and making. I love his style too, Candy. Brilliant. Making making it up as you go along, basically, right? But you're making these kind of decisions and drawing what jumps out at you. Look at that. Look at the twists and the energy in that pose. I love the definition of the legs and the foot and everything, and then playing with that line weight. Playing with that them ghosting lines, and it's all spiraling. Definitely unity of parts there. Wonderful. So I don't think the model was that curvy. That's art. That's a great interpretation. Lovely. Okay, take a look at the heel here. He's even turned the heel into a box and said, screaming to the viewer, that is a form, that is a 3D thing coming out into space. That's going to be quite near us. And I love that use of that turning edge there. Yeah, really good pose. Really good sketch. I like the use of the ear. Okay, really just quickly putting on that ear. I always saying the ear gives direction to the head. It sort of says, this is where I'm looking, this is where I think, really important to just chuck on that ear. Oh, nice one with the sanguine pencil. This looks sort of, Renaissance or something, doesn't it? It looks like a master's drawing, like a little sketch on the side of a canvas or something, on the back of a canvas. Just before they were doing the final piece, but it's got so much information there. Really nice. Cool. Another great one. Look at that hand. Just a few lines, but it's a hand. The position, the energy behind it and everything. Really, really nice. Cool. Just a few more poses. Lovely. Look at that twist in the body there. And that downward plane of the stomach has just got a little bit of a smudge of tone on it. And that's just enough to tell us, oh, that's a different plane, that's facing downwards. This is nice as well. A few poses giving a little bit of perspective and a bit of depth here. So yeah, I think that direct, gestural but direct kind of scribbly nature of these drawings is just wonderful. Cool. So, thank you so much, Flavio. Thank you for allowing us to showcase your work. And I was talking to Flavio and asking him, what advice would you have for our viewers? And he said, just simply draw a lot. So there you have it. Draw a lot. And let's capture that life and that energy in the drawings. Lovely work, Flavio. Thank you so much for thank you for that. Hope you enjoyed watching that. Now we're answering that burning question: how do you draw a moving figure? Right, I'm really looking forward to this bit. Okay. So, I'm going to suggest we use a tonal mass approach. Okay, I'll explain. So you're going to need charcoal or a soft pencil. So, not like a HB, but like a 4B, 6B, something soft, or something that you can smudge. Okay? And what I'm going to do, we're going to play in a moment this dancer here. We're going to play this video. It's just under a minute long, and we're going to play it 3 times. Okay, and throughout that we're going to try and capture multiple poses of the dance. Okay, and so this tonal mass approach, what we do is, number 1, we smudge the basic shape of the pose in the scene. So in the video we want to get multiple poses, so I might do one here, might do one here, here, here. I did have an example of this, but I don't know where that's gone. But starting with the smudge, so what do I mean? So let's do this one for an example. Thinking about the line of action, but also the general silhouette of the figure. Okay, and it doesn't have to be accurate at all, right? I've just smudged a basic shape of this pose. Okay, because this is all going to be moving, so we've got to capture that kind of snapshot, and we're going to practice using our visual memory. So you'll see the pose, and remember, we want the most extreme points of a pose too, to get a nice line of action. So perhaps the model will stretch, and then you kind of close your eyes, hold that in your memory, and then quickly put down that in a smudge on your paper like this. Okay, and you could do a few on the paper that you capture throughout the pose. Okay, and then when the video plays again, we're going to come and define some of them boundaries and put in some of them gesture curves. So already we've got this underlying sketch, we've got this base to go from, and then we're going to get some gesture curves. So there, I'm going to have split seconds to do this. Okay, and maybe that's all I'll get. That's all I'll get for the second round. And then the third round, when we're watching the video, so I'll be darting round, I'll be doing it on the different poses. And then the third round, I'll add some final gestural poses and some gestural lines, and any little details. Okay. So just before we start, I'm going to try and find that example. Okay. Big sketchbook. Here we go. Here's the example. I'll show you in person. Here's the example. Okay, so I've started with them tonal masses, multiple poses throughout the video, and then over the successing views, I've tried to add. And you can see here, this is kind of reminiscent of her body and that stretch, okay? And there's a few little moments. And the idea is that page is going to represent the whole dance, okay? So let's have a go. Let's try and capture movement, all right? So you need that smudgy or that soft pencil, and we're going to have a go. Okay, so the dance challenge. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Remember, looking for poses that are extreme, beginning and end of a certain action. Here we go. So at the moment, just quite straight. Perhaps we don't want to get that on the page. Perhaps maybe, we could put a little bit of that as she's sort of bending there and smudging. Oh, there was a nice dart across the page. What about this curve? Quickly, can we get a shape down? Got to hold that in your memory. I really liked that where she was swinging through there. I can't quite remember what it looked like. And this pose at the end there, look at that. Okay, it's something like this. Something like this. So I've made a load of mess. I've got a few tonal shapes down on the paper, and we're ready for round 2. And I love this exercise. We're really trying to train our visual memory. If you're on a car trip or something, something flies by the window, have a little sketchbook. Try and draw it. Try and remember, okay, what did that truck look like? What did that, and over time your visual memory will really increase. It's such a good exercise. Okay, let's have another go. Round 2. So she was quite straight at the beginning, and there was these legs opening out. So, and then where are we? This one. Here it is. Get some gestural curves, and then I liked that. Okay, that was the next pose, and we finished on something like that. I can't quite remember it. So how are you doing? Should have something like this at the moment. We're going to do one more. Getting there, isn't it? Sort of. It's good fun. Let's go. Next one. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, gestural curves. Any final details? We're putting a dance on the page here. Okay. The other leg. Okay. I can't remember where they are. There's that one. Got a ponytail coming down. These lovely arms outstretched. And that was the spin on the floor. And then we finished up here. Maybe I was too early on that one. No, that was the end bit. Brilliant. Okay. How did you get on? This is my go. Capturing movement. I think I did better earlier on, but yeah, got something here. This curved pose. Perhaps I've overlaid them a little bit too much, and I lost track of which one was which. But let me know how you get on, and please send these in. I'd love to see them. My page is a mess. Brilliant, Eleanor. Brilliant. Good to hear you're enjoying it, Hannah. Great, good fun. So yeah, next time you're at a show, you're out in the car and things are going past, anything moving, maybe you're at the zoo and there's like oh wait, we're in lockdown, aren't we? Well, after this is all over, let's capture some movement. Yeah, good fun. Tonal masses to start with. It's good. It can be fun. It can be useful just anyway in any kind of drawing, because it gets rid of the white of the paper, and you really it gets you started. It's a good exercise. Right, we're going to finish off with a couple of long poses. So I thought we'd do something similar to the video. We've got a lady in a sort of, I don't know what that's called, dancing suit, and we'll go for that. And then a slightly longer pose, slightly different sort of resting pose, but we're going to look for rhythm in that one too. Okay, so 10 minutes on this. Okay, enjoy. Maybe you want to start with the masses first. Oh, cool! Edinburgh Zoo have a live camera. Cool. Maybe we could do some drawing from that. Brilliant. We're on 287 subscribers. So close to 300. Come on, guys, let's subscribe if you haven't already. If you're having fun, it's free. It's free. Right. So tonal mass, I think. But thinking of line of action too. Try and bring it all together. something on the page. Leotard, that's the word. Thank you, Jane. So I might take some inspiration from Flavio and be a bit more loose with the lines. So remember looking for any rhythms that you can find. I've been drawing a lot of dancers on this show, haven't we? The stream. It's handy that they've got clothes on. So next week we're actually going to be doing costumes from around the world. So all sorts of cultures and colours and everything. I'm really looking forward to, and we're going to be experimenting with materials. You know, watercolours and looking at all the different fabrics and patterns there are out there. So that should be a lot of fun. Claire can't wait for next week already. Brilliant. I hope you're doing well over there in the US. Hi Danny. Good to see you. Yeah, have a look later on. No worries. I hope the baby's doing okay. Cool. Right. So I've kind of got the gesture down. I'm quite happy with the gesture. But how can I take this further? Okay. I'm going to bring back the charcoal, I think. On that twist of the body. So there's shadow on this side, and then as it twists, shadow on this side. Hi Becky. We'll have to meet up when all this is over. Get the uni gang together. That'd be good fun. So how did Flavio do the hands? Just sort of a suggestion, like not too much. Letting the eye, letting the brain work it out. remember thinking of form that we were doing last week. So where necessary, just wrap a line around something, or make the the back of the foot into a box, so that you're really showing off the form. I want to make this hair really messy and fun. Just not too much, just enough. That's it. Couple of minutes left. Got another good pose, sort of a closed, not smoothing pose, but it's quite a good one, I think. Coming up. Always make too much of the face. Less is more. Definitely. He says as he continues to overdo the face. Okay, last minute. I think we're going to reinforce the kind of bean and the structure here of the torso. Variation of lines. I want light lines and dark lines. Thin lines and thick lines. Cool. I think we've run out of time. Last few marks. Okay. I'll hold mine up so you can have a look at the whole thing. There we go. Got some gesture. Yeah, I don't know. Quite happy with that hair. Looks a bit random. Looks a bit like, variety in there. Maybe something here looks a little bit like a nappy or something, but maybe I can rub that bit out. But yeah, enjoyed that one. Hope you did too. Now, last pose, and make sure you're sending your work in as well, and we'll take a look at your drawings in a moment. Right, last pose. Now I like this because we've done lots of jumping about, lots of action. And now I want us to try and find the rhythm and the gesture in a closed pose like this. Okay, so it's a little bit more of a challenge perhaps. But there's lots of curves, there's lots of nice shapes there. And if you fancy it, you can draw the tattoos too. So 15 minutes. Here we go. want to start, perhaps with a gesture or like a shape of the pose at least. I find these sitting poses to be quite difficult to get in proportion. So starting with a shape like this, a wedge, can help you, because I know this floor plane, her bum is higher than her feet. And I know that her back's coming in here, that's going to be the top. And there's a nice angle going down there. So I'll probably start with that sort of a loose shape. And it all goes wrong from here. Okay. Let's put in some gesture. Can be good to sort of draw beyond a place, because them lines have so much movement. Little trick my dad taught me a long time ago. I'm doing sort of outlines, but a few measurements and things as well. I think it was episode 3 where I sort of, week 3, where we did the figures and the shapes, if you want to know more about that. Hey bro.
How many sketches are left?
This is the last one. Okay.
Start putting the gallery together.
Yeah, no worries. Make sure you're sending in your pictures. I'd love to see your work. Okay, I think I've got quite a few gestural lines and things. I'm not sure how in proportion they are, but it's a start, I can build onto that. I'm just gonna, she's wonderful, this model. I'm just gonna take a break for a minute, and I'll leave you to carry on drawing, and I'll be back in a second. Hey, I'm back. Hope you're getting on okay. Right. Okay, where was I? I put down some gestural marks. I quite like the way it's going. You know, these kind of exaggerated forms. Do I rub it out and go over another layer? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Okay. So I'm gonna just lighten up all these marks and keep this as a ghost underneath for the next part of the drawing. Okay. So it gives me a chance to kind of correct any mistakes and hopefully be a little bit more sensitive to the contours and the lines that I can see, but still keeping that gesture, hopefully. Look at that knee becoming sort of square there. Can we use some contour lines or something to describe that? Lovely form. There we go. Cool. Having a lot of fun with this. Hope you are too. Remember your flow through lines. Just a little bit of measuring. Okay. So the head. Okay, the head there. Yep. What else? So just checking a few measurements and things. So I think this part needs to come in and sort of narrower. So I can think about that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this area. But now I'm going to bring this arm in somewhat. So can you see how, even on a longer drawing, that you can still keep the gesture with every mark you're making, and how much kind of vitality that brings to the drawing, and instead of switching off and being like, oh well, which I'm very guilty of, it's so much more fun. Every form is a gesture to be simplified. Every shape, what's its direction, what's its purpose there. What's this music that we're going to play on the paper? This is my world. I decide the notes. I decide everything. Or you decide, rather. So her arm and her leg there are like battling, so I might hide her arm behind the leg. And then have it peek out here. Just poke out. Just to simplify that. So, sometimes forms can be a little bit confusing. Only got a couple of minutes left. But shout out to Ella. She's been working up some of these drawings into paintings. So yeah, if any of you would like to keep drawing, you can always come back to the video. And if you've had fun, please share it with other artist friends. They can always catch up. And join you next week. Join us all. Last few marks. Okay, last few marks and we'll go on to the viewer gallery. Just putting in a little bit of suggestion of tone and a wraparound band there. Didn't quite get enough, I think, on the face, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed. So yeah, there we go. Right, thanks for joining me. Thanks for drawing along. It's been great fun today. Yeah, let's take a look at your work. I've got to set up the viewer gallery, so bear with me. Normally takes a few moments to sort that out. But thanks to Max for looking through your emails and sorting out the gallery behind the scenes. Okay. Let's make that a bit bigger. Ryan's back this week. Brilliant. Great. Okay. Just gonna have a swig of tea. Brilliant. Thanks for sending your things in, your drawings in. Ryan, I love this. Look at this. So that's the, after we were doing line of action, wasn't it? That really extreme pose of that guy on that, I think he was on a log or something. I love this. You've got the action, you've got the action man kind of pose of it. Lots of movement there. I like that a lot. And is that finding a bit of rhythm with a waistband connected to the leg? There's lots of things going on there, and I don't think any curve there is the same as another curve. So good variety as well. I love that. Oh, look at this, lovely, from Ash. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, got that hair perfectly, described with not too much. Really like that. Really like that. And you've done what I failed to do. Put on just a suggestion of the face. That's really nice, and that strong jaw that she had, really nicely described. Well done, Ash. It's good. Looks like good paper you're working on there. What is that? Oh, this is cool. Okay, so what is that? A Copic marker or something? Like some markers and sort of like fine line pen. Really great, like really nice illustrative and sketchy method. I love that. Really nice. I can feel that twist in the body, and it's like just enough to let you know that the arms behind the head, and all of that. Really like it. Well done. Oh, look at this. Who's this? Is this Margot? I think that's right. Love these. What is that? Like crayon, chalk, just bouncing in the background there, making these figures really stand out. That I can recognise as Max on the left. I love it. Look at the expression in the shirt and the wrinkles of the on the shorts there. That is full of energy, and that looks like an illustration, from Wimbledon or something. That is fantastic. I could see that on the cover of the program or something like that. I love it. So much movement. And and this breakdancing kind of the drippy effect makes me think of spray paint. So that's really cool. I love that. Really exciting work. Lovely stuff. Cool. Oh, going over the 2 pages. Wonderful line of action. Okay, I can see some square lines, some rhythmic. You've broken down some of the gestures into really simple lines, which is fantastic. What does it say? Captain Craig's first ever sketch. Well done, Craig. Well done, Captain. We salute you. Oh, okay, another one from Margot. This is nice. This looks like maybe the sketches at the beginning, all sort of overlaid, and really interesting. Oh no, this is the sorry, beg your pardon. This is the capturing the movement, isn't it? I can recognise just to the left there in the middle, the pose where she was sort of leaning back. Really nice. I like that. Really good interpretation. Melvin, no. Oh, Melvin was the one without the name. Thank you very much. Jen, these are cool. Max has been immortalised this week. Fantastic. Look at that on the left there, really simplifying, getting them curves, and again, just describing with just enough line. Really nicely done. Hey! Tim! Good to see you, Tim. I love it. That's my dad, by the way. Drawing along downstairs. Looking good. Oh, they turned out really nicely. Captured that movement. Even that really difficult bit where the legs were sort of spread apart at the beginning. But really nice. Yeah. Great lines. Lovely. Hannah, oh, this is great. Okay, another, this is the capturing the movement. Love it. It's like taking them snapshots of the pose and piecing them all together. I especially like the one on the right, that smudge combined with the line, and that, you know, the little tangle of the legs there. And up the top left, you've got wonderful smudge as well. And that, you know, you can just about make out that there's movement there, and it's a figure, and that's exactly what we were aiming for. So well done. Babuza. Oh, this is wonderful. That is actually really nicely put together. Look at that. Look at the flowing lines that are connecting the forms. You know, what that does is that accentuates the roundness of the figure. That accentuates this round kind of, you know, it was kind of a feminine, you know, softness. And I feel like your lines there have, yeah, really achieved that. You know, and you've not overstated the hands. You know, the face is lovely. Sort of like a, you know, illustrated, quite stylized face. I really like it, actually. Really nice punch, especially with the marker pens. Well done, Babuza. Laura. Love it. What is that? Bird Lady Lubes. Brilliant. Go and follow Laura. Look at that. Isn't that just full of energy and vitality? Love it. When I look at that, I feel him like tensing and like, how much longer do you want me to hold this? Yeah. Really nice. The feet as well. Even the feet have got so much gesture to them. Like, they're properly in motion, aren't they? Well done. Oh, another one by Ryan. Or is that the first one? Yeah, that was the first one. Brilliant. All right, next. Have we got any more time? Have we got any more images? Have we got any more images coming? No. Oh, it's okay. Right. We'll make sure to put up the rest of your images next week. I'm really looking forward to going through the emails and the messages and seeing your movement studies, especially. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining this week. Again, you know, share with your friends, subscribe if you feel that you've enjoyed this evening, and yeah, I hope you're staying safe and look after yourselves in this strange time. Let's have a look at next week. Next week, we've got great week, costumes from around the world. Okay, we're going to be doing everything you can think of. Okay, all the stereotypes. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to bringing out, you know, different materials that we haven't touched. I want to play around. Let's bring some watercolors in. Let's bring some pastels in. Let's just, whatever you've got in your art, you know, box, just bring it out and let's experiment, shall we? I'm really looking forward to that next week. And yeah, I have some challenges for you. Sharing your wonderful work, sharing that movement work from this week as well. So yeah, thank you so much. It's been really nice. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Hannah. Thank you, Melvin. 288 subs. Come on, we can get up 300. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Naomi. Thanks, everyone, for joining. It was a lot of fun. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you again. Yeah, thanks. And thanks, Max. Our tennis champ. Thanks, Jamie. Good to see you again. Right, I'll leave you there. Have a lovely week and keep sketching. I'll see you next week. See you next Tuesday. Oh, I shouldn't say that. See you next week. Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun. Tuesday night, work is done, can't go out, loo roll's gone, kettle's on, put your kettle on, pencils out, news is off, got take out, spend all night with good friends, best friends, life drawing till the end. Get your sketchbooks out, everybody's drawing, that's what it's about. Quarantine is boring, get your sketchbooks out, lock down life drawing. Ooh! Ow. Get your sketchbooks out, everybody's drawing, that's what it's about.
It's what it's about.
Quarantine is boring.
Quite boring.
Get your sketchbooks out.
I got my sketchbook out.
Lock down life drawing.